how much pride do you take in what Kyle accomplished in getting to this point?
Well, I don't, I had nothing to do with it, but I'm proud for him. For him to come from where he's come from, he fought a lot here at Villanova, fought in Memphis, Houston, scratching and clawing to get where he is today, and now to be one of the top 5, not only make the All-Star team, but be a starter. Is a compliment to him, and it's good for him. It's good for how he had to scratch, and it's a great example for how if you keep working at your craft, you can become good and not listen to the negative, not listen to the noise, and keep scratching and clawing. And just the maturity that he's made as a player and as a person is unbelievable, and I'm happy for he and his family.
You said you had nothing to do with it, maybe not the votes, but do you think you had something to do with the evolution of the player and what he's becoming consistent in Toronto?
You like to think so, but our program in itself has grown. Over the years we've been there, he's been a part of it for 2 of those years, as has DeMar. DeMar grew and became an all-star and grew in the program. So it says something for what they've contributed to the program. Me personally, I'm just in charge of it, but for those guys to come and grow and to develop is huge, and that's what I take pride in as much as anything.
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about it since he got to Toronto? I mean, he's gone from coming off the bench to being an all-star in a relatively short period of time.
Well, he came in a trade, and we already had a starting point guard in Jose, so that's not a fair assessment to say he'd come off the bench. He was a starter probably. We had Jose there, and again, he was a good player when he came to Toronto, and he just needed an opportunity. And he carved out that opportunity, made the best of it, and again, now he's a first-team All-Star. So it's good for him, and now for us as a program is to continue to grow, and with him in it, and with DeMar in it, and with Jonas in it, and Amir. So and again, like I told the players this morning, it's just as much as a team thing as it is a Kyle thing, because without his teammates allowing him to be him, and do what he does best, he wouldn't have been there. So as much as a team achievement as much as anything else.
It's really a collaborative effort when you look at celebrities, Canadian Prime Minister coming out saying, vote for. And you said, you would have to fight someone if you didn't make the All-Star team. How happy are you that it hasn't come to that?
Good thing, because I tell you what, I'm not a good fighter, I don't think, but it was great that everyone in Canada came out, Prime Minister, everybody stepped up. Drake, Justin Bieber, all those guys stepped up and helped his cause. But again, regardless of that, he's still an all-star. I mean, that's what's hidden in all this. He would have been on the team. He should be on the team. He deserved to be on the team, regardless of that. So, but again, it was great. It just shows how great our fans are in Toronto, and that they recognize and the growth of basketball in my years there of the popularity that it's gained. But again, I always say too, the style of play, how hard the players play, the majority of nights, has developed a following that they have, and how he got to be a first-team All-Star.
When I remember last year we talked, he was really deserving last year,
right? And
maybe got a split vote.
Right.
Got in.
That's exactly right, D. He deserved to be an All-Star last year from his play, and DeMar got in, which is great. Now the goal is DeMar to get back to who he is, and now we have 2, and so it's a shame that DeMar has came through injury and was hurt, but again, I don't want to take away anything from Kyle.
How much does this moment for him have to do with how hard he's worked off the court to kind of change that reputation that he's had around the league? It probably would have come through with the coach's vote if it came to that, but even fans embracing who he's become as a leader and a person.
Well, it's a lot of it. I mean, he exemplifies hard work. He's grown in a lot of areas in his game. He's become a three-point shooter through his hard work. But again, a lot of this is not possible if we're not winning. And that's why I said without his teammates contributing to wins, contributing to being tops in our division right now, allows him to grow and allows him to get the notoriety that he's getting. I would say if we're not in first, we probably wouldn't get the notoriety or have the fan support. So winning does a lot for everybody, and that's what we want to continue to try to do.
Does his personality or the way that he plays the game, how much of the personality of your team is derived?
Huge, huge. He's the engine. The way he goes, the way we go. He kind of gets everybody. If he's flying around, diving on the floor, taking charges, everybody else is doing it. So and I would say that's true on any team. When your leader, your physical leader is out there flying around, doing the things you got to do, doing the hard things, taking charges, loose balls. When they're doing that, everybody else has to follow suit or they're going to be totally embarrassed. So we go the way he flies around and plays. And again, even in our last game in Memphis, I thought we met their physicality, their intensity. Our shots went south on us, but we have to play that way. That's the style of play that's going to take to win, down the road.
How's Jonas's calf?
It's a little sore, but I think he's gonna go, but it's a little sore, so we'll have to see how it goes from that standpoint.
What's your status for this evening?
Oh, I tell you what, I'm all. It's not how I feel. I feel fine. I mean, I'm much better. A little under weather yesterday, but I'm fine.
Starting to stretch the schedule, Philly, Detroit, even Sacramento, that could give you a chance to get back to what you're doing.
Well, I mean, again, every night is.
Yeah.
It should be every night, Doug. I don't look at the schedule and say, oh, we can win this game. No, we got to go out and play each and every night because we're not good enough to go out and just assume on any team. I mean, we got to play, develop, and continue to get better each and every night we walk on the floor.
You see that consistency through New Orleans?
It started in I saw the hard play in New Orleans, the intensity. You started in that game, but you put your finger in one dike, and now the shooting goes south. Which offense I'm not as concerned about because that's going to come back. You don't forget how to shoot the ball, but as long as we continue to develop the hard play, the intensity, the defensive focus and effort, that's going in the right direction.
A couple guys the other night did say that all the attention and focus and intensity on defense may have affected their play. I know you don't want to hear that.
Right. Well, it's fine. I mean,
true?
No, I don't think so. I disagree with that. Just in the fact that you better be able to play that way if you're going to be a championship team. You got to be able to play that way defensively and make shots at the same time. That's a winning team, and that's nonsense.